Alright, here we are then. Welcome back. We are ready for a brand new season here in IRS, and let me just do the party thing because I'm sure the 2018 drivers do not want to hear me shouting down the mic while they're on a qualifying lap, so 2 seconds for that. Ah, there we go. I'm out of the driver's ears, they can hear their engineers. But yeah, welcome back everyone. Round 1 of the season, Singapore, chosen by F1 Connor, the Tier 1 champ, to start us off. 18 drivers here. We do have a full 20 driver grid, but unfortunately a couple of drivers not able to make it. So we'll run through the drivers as they come out for the first time on their out laps. Let me just get the grid up quickly. So we got in the McLaren is Shazam, and his teammate should have been ARD Lewis, but reserving today is Solar, making his debut. So welcome to him. Ferrari should be Fluid and IRS LB44, who's here, but unfortunately Fluid not able to make it. Red Bull, we got one of the favourites to be champion this season. Where is he? Oh, down the bottom. Matty, second last season to Star Defender. Few race wins under his belt. His teammate is Manila Man. He's not here today, so Luco CX will be taking up the step of reserve driver. We got Mercedes, Max, and where is the other Mercedes? It's Lumina down there in P12, also on his outlap. All French Alpine, TBK and Mizzou, both full-time drivers. Aston Martin, we got Nud and Mario Bros, who's not here today. While Jaeger has got a teammate of Naismith down in 18th for the Haas, just about to start a lap with Nud actually. So we'll run through this quickly. We got Racing Bulls, Remy and Kentrum, Dave, and I think it's Joshua in the kick. And then we've got Andy alongside Viper Shoe in the Williams, and that is your Tier 2 lineup. As we are starting some flying laps here, we're going board with a debut driver of Joshua. If I'm pronouncing any names wrong today, just DM me or send me a message inside the Tier 2 chat. Right, here we go down into Sector 1. It's a 26.8 for Joshua. I'm expecting probably, will we see? Yeah, we'll probably see 28s, high 28s maybe, low 29s for a pole. Let's see what the kick driver can do as we go through the bridge section of Singapore for the first time on his first flying lap in IRS, looking to impress. As we're draining the battery down into the Sector 2 checkpoint. It's a 104.3, and of course it's a purple sector because it's the first time he's been around the lap. As we head down into Sector 3, draining the battery, the DRS wide open, down into gear 3. Try to carry the throttle as much as you can, get a good exit. As Dave does a 130.7, and Joshua's going to be into the 129s, a 129.4, yeah, so we will see 128s for sure, I think. DBK a 130.7 as well, just ahead of Dave. Soda with a 129.3 in the McLaren. Matty's invalidated his lap. We've got Max coming through Sector 3 in the Mercedes alongside Lumina. What sort of teamwork can they produce this season? 131.3 P6. While Jaeger does 28.8, goes 5 tenths clear straight off the bat there. Great lap time from him to start the season off. Mazur and Andy coming through. Luco Zix a 128.9. Shazam a 29.1 in the McLaren. Third or fourth for the two McLarens at the moment. Looking pretty close up there at the moment. between the top 5. I think we've still got 12 minutes to go. A lot of improvements to happen. Sort of seeing 2 packs in this qualifying session at the moment. Top 5 and then 6 onwards. Viper Shoe making his debut. 30.8 P8 at the moment. Got Matty on a lap. Naismith as well on a lap. Matty not on a pace at the moment by the looks of it, but Naismith looks like he's on a pretty decent lap here, matching the top boys. Does look promising for Haas at the moment, with the lap Naismith is on. Teammate currently sitting on pole position, and Naismith up to P6, getting involved in that top 5. Matty off the pace, a 131.9. What's happened to him? It's not the pace we're used to seeing him do. Like I said, probably one of the favourites to win the championship before the season started, on paper. IRS LB44, 131.8. I presume that would have been with no ERS, as he likes to do his first lap. Always getting used to the track with ERS off, then go for it again next time round. So we'll see the checkpoint now, see how much of an improvement it is. Only 20 thousandths of a second. Let me just check the Twitch chat. Not really paid attention to that at the moment. Solo, what's up, people? Rain in the race. Rain in the race. Is there meant to be no audio? Oh, that was earlier. He said rain in the race? No way, man. That's going to change everything. This qualifying session is going to mean a lot then. A lot more than what it normally does. I think that dry weather, there's a lot of different strategies people can apply, but in this track now with wet weather coming into the race, this qualifying is going to mean everything to get up as high as you can and try to break away in the top pack, get that gap until the rain comes. How's Lumina getting on? Matty's back into the pits. Track is pretty quiet at the moment. We're still on board with IRS LB44 into the final corner. Has a bit of a slide there. Does improve up to P10, 131.0. Max into the pits. Illumina with a little slide there as well. Has found a second improvement. Just jumps in there in front of IRS LB44. And the track is very quiet right now. Who we got out there on outlaps? We've got Shazam, who didn't race for the majority of last season. But I think it was early on in the season where he did race and showed some good pace against Star Defender and the likes of Matty and Jaeger. So we'll see what Shazam can do coming back for a new season. Schedule has changed, so he's put himself forward for a full-time seat. He's got a really good teammate, to be fair, but he's not here today, so he's been replaced with another good teammate by the looks of it. Solar, currently in P4, only 2 tenths behind him. To be fair, good for the combined instructors, because I'm in the McLaren in Tier 1 with Donster, so if these boys do well, it helps us out. Solar now out on track as well. Top 7 all out on the track. While Jaeger just started another lap, currently on a 28.8. Takes that corner lovely there. Good exit as well as he drains the battery down the straight. Has he found any improvements? 2 tenths up. Down into gear 3. Try to ride the curb as much as you can. Down into gear 2 with a good exit. And you want to ride this corner, just lift the throttle ever so slightly down to gear 3. Which Jaeger's done pretty well there, to be fair. Close as towards you can. Stay in gear 4, down into gear 3 across the bridge, back up into 4, down into a tight hairpin. Get the exit in second gear. Drain the battery with the DRS. 4.5 temps up here for Jaeger. Looking very good. He's only a 10th ahead of Lucas CX. He's on an absolute fly, got a bit of traffic ahead of him, which is his teammate. Shouldn't affect him too much coming into the last corner here. No lift whatsoever, flat out, up to the line. It's a 28.4. And that is a great lap time from Wild Jaeger, who's showing some great pace here. Compared to last season, I think this is quite a step up for round 1 here for Wild Jaeger. Let's go back to Shazam and Solar. I think, did Shazam improve? No, he's on a lap now. He's still coming to the end of his lap. 4 temps up in sector 2, I think that was. Into the final corner we go. Goes a bit wide there. Still 4 temps up. 28.6. 2 temps off Jaeger. How's his teammate getting on? That's in the validation for him. Joshua in the kick. Looks to be improving. Up to the line we go. Not quite pole position, but it's at 29.1. And into the top 5 he goes, just ahead of Solar. DBK is invalidated. How's Naismith getting on? 4 temps up. So everyone's finding pace here in the top 6. Not sure about Lucas Ziyech actually, as he just started this lap, so yeah. 5 out of the top 6 finding pace here. And that's an invalidation from Naismith. Spoke too soon. Just cut the corner ever so slightly. But it looks to be having a pace. Matty finally joining the party. A 129.7. I think next time round we might see another better lap from Matty. He might be into the top 5. That's definitely more like it. Let's head down to the back of the field though. We're looking more up the front at the moment. Let's just have a look down the bottom. We've got Remy, who's back for a season here. Great to see him racing again. One of the IRS OGs, to be fair. Kentrum on the outlap. Andy is not improving at the moment. Viper Shoe, how's he getting on? Just looking down the field, seeing what drivers can try and get themselves into the top 10 here, which should be a good qualifying session. 3 temps up for Viper Shoe. Sector 2. I think if any of the guys down the bottom are struggling, try have a word with your teammate, get a bit of a slipstream somewhere. As we're finishing this lap off with the Williams driver of Viper Shoe. Into the final corner we go. Gear 5 instead of gear 6. Does improve by 3 temps up into P9. I think he just jumped Dave there, who's just getting ready for a lap. Kentrum. I think I saw in the Racing Bulls chat that he's not really confident around Singapore. Currently down in P15. A bit off the pace. I think he's just tentative on the throttle here, just trying to be consistent instead of just going for it with the throttle and risking a mistake. He's on no battery as well at the moment, so that might be a reason why. Should be on medium really, if he wants any pace. He'll find out a lot more pace if he carries the whole lap in medium, IRS instead of none. And just apply the overtake button when you can on the straights. When you come through the slow sections, just keep it on medium, just try to save off as much as you can. I'm saying that because, to be fair, I'm a tier 1 driver, even though I'm not one of the fastest in tier 1. A long way off it, but I know how to manage the IRS, to be fair. 31.5. Only up 1 position though, with a 7 temps improvement for Kentrum. How's Lumina getting on? We'll check back on Dave as well. He was a podium runner last season, to be fair. A few podiums for him. He's only in P11 at the moment. Only a 2 temps up on his time. Lumina just improved there. Stays P10. Good change. With Dave coming into the final sector now, looking to get himself into that top 10. Teammate currently is sitting in P4. Bit off that at the moment as he runs wide, bit of a lift. 3 temps improvement. Jumps back up in front of Lumina and Viper Shoe. DBK. Who I race with in another league, to be fair. I was just about to big him up and say that he's been showing some pretty decent pace recently. I think he had a decent result in Singapore in the race we raced in, but this qualifying session not going to plan at the moment as he's facing the wrong way. Doesn't want to get disqualified, needs to turn around as quick as he can. Otherwise he might get disqualified. Put it in gear 1 and just spin it round. There we go. Managed to do it before getting disqualified there. As the top boy is back out on the lap. What's going on with my L2? Why isn't it working? That's a bit weird. My L2 wasn't working there as we jump on board with Solar, the Utah. Looks to be on a cracking lap here. 4.5 tenths up. Coming through sector 2. Trying to get himself higher up into that top 5. Into the final corner we go. And it's a 28.8 P4. I think he's got another chance, to be fair, but the tyres won't be the best. He's got one more chance to turn the battery off and go again. But the tyres are not going to be that decent for the next lap. There's no point going for a lap now. He might as well just turn his battery off. Just save it for another lap. And he's still got his overtake on. So he's not going to be going again by the looks of it. That might be over for him. As Joshua drives past. While Jager starting another lap. Two tenths up at the moment. Over Shazam. Ooh. Took that corner a lot better on his last lap compared to there. But sometimes look deceiving. But not this time. A tenth down for Wild Jager. Is that it for him? Was that his best lap with a 28.4, or can he find some more time? To be fair, he took that corner a lot better as well, so he might have just made that 10th back there. We're not going to know until we see this sector here, as Mazur has crashed out of the session quite dramatically there, as we look back on the Haas of Wild Jager and see the Alpine in the wall. Crunched up and out of this session, P17 for Mazur ahead of Nud on the back row of the grid. As Wild Jager has unfortunately not made that time back up, runs deep as well. That's it for Jager. No more improvements, I don't think. He's not finding another 2 tenths in this last sector. Qualifying session is now over and Jager backs off, hoping that one of the drivers behind him are not going to be able to improve, but Shazam is absolutely giving it everything through the bridge section there. He's a 10th up through sector 1. We're coming up to the sector 2 checkpoint and he's 3.5 tenths up. Can he spoil the party for Haas here? In the opening round of the season, who's going to be taking pole position? If Shazam can ace this final couple of corners, he might be able to take it as Luko Zierks does a 28.449. Snatches pole away from Wild Jager. But Shazam is here to spoil the party and does a 28.2. Gets the McLaren on the front row of the grid. His teammates are not going to be able to improve. Naismith up to P5. Joshua, we're just going to double check his sector times here and see if he's anywhere near the pace at all. No, he's not. He's a 10th down. He doesn't look to be doing anything. Viper Shoe, 7 tenths up on a decent lap here. 7 tenths up. Might get himself somewhere around Matty here. If he can find some more time into this. No, not Matty. I'm not saying Matty for. Probably about DBK. Just ahead of DBK. Behind Matty. But here comes Viper Shoe. Last driver to complete the lap. And it is a 29.8. Just behind Matty, ahead of DBK. And to be fair, that was a pretty entertaining qualifying session as Zola Utah just going to be coming into the pits, I believe. No, he's not. Finishing off the line there. But interesting qualifying there from Tier 2. Shazam with the pole position ahead of Lucas Zierks. And Wild Jager, there's your confirmation. 2 tenths cover between the top 3. The 3 drivers behind not too far away as well, but very, very interesting qualifying session now. Let me just put into the chat when to ready up for the drivers. I hope that they've just remembered. I sent that a bit late, to be fair. There is rain in the race. I'm not sure how far into the race, so we might see quite a few drivers starting on the hard tyre here. I'll be back in a minute's time. Hopefully no one's ready up. If they have, I'll be back sooner than that. Nope, just seen in the chat. Someone's ready up. Right, here we go then. Someone's unfortunately readied up, so they will be getting a penalty if we find out who it is. Here we go then. On board with Shazam. Away from the line he goes. Good start from both McLarens here. Solar Yeeter trying to get past Wild Jager. There's 3 wide going into turn 1 there. Both Hasses had the McLaren between them. They're still battling side by side here. Solar Yeeter and Jaeger. Jaeger filters ahead. Looks like everyone's got through quite cleanly here. So far, no yellow flags, no incidents by the looks of it. Viper Shoe and Lumina going side by side. While Jaeger having a look at Lucas ZX's contact. Solar Yeeter managing to squeeze past. Lucas ZX a bit late on the brakes there into the side of the McLaren, who's now up to P2. And it's a 1-2 for McLaren. What a start for Shazam. Here comes Joshua up the inside of the Red Bull. And that was, I can't tell you how close that was to the wall. That was absolutely inches, probably an inch away from hitting the wall there from Joshua. First yellow flag of the day, and that is Miss Zor. He's facing the wrong way in the wall. And that is a virtual safety car, even though we're on reduced. How does that work? We are on reduced safety car. And IRS LB44 has unfortunately got a 10-second penalty there for a collision with Dave under the virtual safety car. Watch your deltas, guys. Watch your deltas. It's lap 1. Do not get a drive-through in the new season. In round 1 on lap 1. Just watch your deltas. Keep it easy. But I think that was a pretty decent start there for Tier 2. Only halfway around the lap there's a slight incident. Virtual safety car. Looked pretty clean. As we wait for the drivers to resume racing here. Shazam with the gap out front. Great start for him. Everything that you could have asked for as Mazur jumps into the pits under the virtual safety car. And we're still waiting to go green here. While Jaeger has dropped down to P6. There we go. Back racing. No one's picked up a penalty, which I'm very glad to see. There's a lot of cars side by side going down here. DBK and Matty side by side. DBK having to go off the track there. IRS LB44s had a bit of a moment in the background. Not sure if there's contact with Dave. DBK into the wall a little bit there. Matty's going to try to drive through to ghost him. Apologies about that. But very entertaining races. Matty's still side by side with DBK. Going through the tightest part of the section. Tightest part of the track. Yellow flag in the background. Not sure what's happened there. More contact. There's a wing damage for a Mercedes, for a Williams there. Viper Shoe. Kensham as well has a bit of a wing damage. I think Lumina's got wing damage. Side by side action with the Mercedes and the Racing Bull. I think you can see a lot of drivers into the pits this lap. From 12th downwards, it's a little DRS train when the DRS comes on. But it's building up. Shazam is 3.9 seconds out front. The two McLarens have actually had the perfect start here. Joshua as well. How many positions did he gained? 3 positions up into the podium for the kick driver, Luko Ziyech. Not too far behind with the 2 Hasses. Matty down on P8, which I'm very shocked about. Maybe this is not his track, but I did put him down as a favourite to be a champion this season. Viper shoe into the pits. I'm pretty sure there'll be a safety car in this race though, so there'll be another chance for him to get back in this race. As the 2 Hasses going side by side there. Naismith and Jaeger. Just going to keep an eye on the gap up top, see if it closes up at all. Shazam looking a bit more comfortable through this middle sector than Soda Yeeta. So there might be a bit more downforce on the McLaren up top compared to the one in second. We'll check now down the straights and see if Soda Yeeta manages to close that gap back up to 3.6 seconds. Maybe it's just IRS management. Yeah, but through the corners it just seems like Shazam's getting better exits and he's more comfortable on getting the throttle down and then get to the straights, and then Soda Yeeta sorts of pulls it back a little bit with the ERS and maybe the straight line speed. Josh is starting to catch up as well. And he's bringing Luko Ziyech and the 2 Hasses with him. And there we go, we see a lot of drivers into the pits. DBK, Max into the pits. Someone did say in the chat, Solar said in the chat there was rain for the race. I'm not sure how long into the race there is, because I've seen a lot of drivers on mediums, so maybe it's early on. Maybe it's within the first 10 laps that we see the rain. No clouds out there at the moment. Shazam pulling away ever so slightly at the moment. IRS 44 and Dave 8th and 9th. Matty's managed to get past, and he's going to try chase down the top 6. Yellow flag. Who's that? That was one of the top guys, I think. Oh, so Jaeger. Jaeger's in the wall. He's going to have to reset the track. He's stuck there. What's up? What? How's Jaeger now that far behind? Oh, he's had a desync. Oh, he's actually been shafted. I have to send him another invite, but he's been absolutely shafted there. He's been... I'm not even sure what's happened. How has he gone to 52 seconds behind the whole pack now? What the hell? As Luko Ziyech getting past Joshua there. 4P3. I think they've lost a bit of time to Solar with this little battling they've had here. IRS 44 getting past Dave. Now up into P7. Has got a 10-second time penalty though, which would affect him unless there's a safety car coming out. Have invited Jaeger back. I'll send him another one, but he's absolutely been shafted there. Oh, Dave's just jumped into the back of IRS 44 there, just caught that. In the background of me sending invites. Luckily, IRS 44 is still facing the right way. Shazam now 5.2 seconds ahead. Luko Ziyech now ahead of Joshua. He's starting to find a bit more pace in that Red Bull. Can he close the gap up to the McLaren to stop a 1-2 from happening? Remy's got past his teammate, Kentrum, up into P10. Remy's having a good race here. not spoke about him much, but he's up 3 positions along with his teammate up 4 positions as well. Andy Mack up 4 positions as well. P12 for him. Slowly making some gains. And Dave again getting back past IRS LB44, but IRS LB44 going for a little switch back here. Doesn't quite get the exit. Well, he does. He didn't. He does. Yeah, that was a weird one there. He didn't really get the exit, and Dave sort of bogged down a little bit, and IRS LB44 switched back again. Good battling there between Dave and IRS LB44. Back up the top. Joshua, Luco CX. Still stuck at that 1.8 sort of gap. Big lock up from Luco CX there. And how is Jaeger's car so far back? I don't understand. It's gone back even further now, no? How's this car got... What? I don't understand what's happened. And he's not in the session. Sent him another invite. But his car is 1 lap down. I don't know what's going on with it. Oh, Solar's had a mistake. He's lost time. Got a yellow flag. Someone's just drove into the pit wall, I think. And I think that was Viper's shoe. Or he's done a mistake somewhere, had a moment. But I'm not sure if Solar made a mistake or Lucas CX was just really quick at that lap, because he's dropped Joshua a little bit as well. Naismith in P5 hasn't really got the pace to catch up. Matty's starting to show himself a bit more, starting to show the consistency in the race here, starting to catch back up to the top boys as we speak of him. A little bit of a moment there, commentator's curse. Luco Sieg's hard tyres will start to feel a lot better compared to Solar's mediums. As you can see him sliding about everywhere, just trying to catch the car. Then tyres starting to go off. A lot more grip for Luco CX. With the help of DRS, he might be able to make a little move down into this corner. I think it's a bit too far behind at the moment. He's going to go for it. Up the inside, don't think it's going to be too much battling here. I think Solo's going to just try let him go and just save his tyre wear and keep that podium. On a debut podium, that'd be pretty decent. Long way to go though. Different strategies at the moment. And there was talks of rain. There's a lot more clouds starting to appear in the background, as you can see. They're starting to approach the track. Fly Pursuit with a 3-second time penalty. I think he had a better qualifying than he's having a race at the moment, as we're on board with Remy, who's caught up with Lumina and Dave here. And he's brought his teammate Kentrum along for the ride. Got a 5-way battle here, or 4-way battle. IRS LB44 just a bit too far ahead as Lumina makes a lunge up the inside, and that's him into the wall. Just took that corner way too sharp and way too late there on the brakes, and that has cost him quite a bit. It's 2 positions to the 2 RBs who are now 9th and 10th. And just silently making their way forward, now up into 8th as Dave dives into the pits to get rid of those medium tyres. as well. Jager's game did crash as Dave rejoins behind Max in P13. Yeah, but so unfortunate for Wild Jager. After what was a great qualifying sessions, had no luck in the race with being desynced out of the game. As Matty now in the DRS of Naismith on the hard tyres. Oh, ERS to use though, only a little bit left as he tries to stick to the back of the house. He runs a bit deep there, had to have a bit of a lift, which allows Matty to close up again with the DRS. Luco Cx has dropped Solar by 2.7 seconds, but he can't seem to catch up with Shazam at the moment, who's still out front, 6.4 seconds. As Matty has a big moment. Naismith as well, but Matty's moment was a lot worse there, lost a lot of time. As we see Kentrum into the pits on lap 10. We're looking for a Dave. That's where he was roundabout. I think Dave's outlap's been pretty good here on the medium tyres. Oh, Matty's left the session as well now. He's had an issue with Wi-Fi or something. Oh, just sent the wrong person to invite. Don't join that one. Whoever that was. Lucky Luciana. You can only watch anyway, so it's too late. But Matty, just resent you an invite. Viper Shoe out of the session in the pits. Not the race that he would have wanted. Looked promising in qualifying, but unfortunately he's just not had the race that he would have wanted. But yeah, Kentrum's rejoined quite a way back actually to Dave. Josh is now caught up with Solar. I think these two are friends, or they race with each other in another league or something like that. But Solar was saying Joshua is faster, as Naismith picked up a 3-second time penalty. Oh, that's the Williams of Viper Shoe just randomly come back out on track for no reason. I hope they sort that out, man, in the next couple of games. So annoying. But Joshua not quite close enough this lap for a move. Matty's dropped back 1.8 seconds from Naismith. The field is quite spread out now. I think anyone from 7th downwards would love a safety car right now, but I think anyone 6 upwards would probably not. I'm surprised we haven't seen a safety car though. Only seen a virtual. Haven't seen the actual car out on track. We stay on board with Joshua in the kick. Trying to chase down Solar, but Solar's got the DRS from Mazur, who's a lap down. So that's another lap that he can defend here and save up the battery. But he's draining the battery along with the DRS, so could come under pressure from Joshua in the next DRS though. Mazur should have really back out here as a lap driver. Shouldn't really interrupt with this battling. But he is ghosted, to be fair, but I don't know, that's still not the point, is it? Joshua will probably get DRS. No, he won't, because he's gone through. As Mazur makes a mistake, he will get the DRS though. On Solar, like I said, coming into this first DRS detection zone, he will be close enough for possibly a move. But I think Solar's just got enough ERS to defend it this time round. Lap 12, these guys are yet to stop. We've got Dave and DBK having a battle here. Oh, DBK's round. Just caught that. Didn't look like there was room for another car on the inside until we saw DBK pop out of nowhere there. That would definitely be going to the stewards' room as DBK falls back to 11th. as Nud picks up a time penalty there down in P15. Haven't really spoken about Nud, to be fair. Quietly going about his business down in P15. Hasn't really been close enough for a battle today, but I think he is improving, to be fair, because by now he'd be a lap down. So, pretty decent. Lap 13, he's still on the same lap as the race leader, albeit he's pretty close behind him now. There he is, Shazam. Got a yellow flag. That is a Haas by the looks of it. I think that's that's Naismith. Spun round. Those tyres look absolutely gone. That might be why. Probably got on the throttle a bit too early. 11 old mediums. Absolutely gone. All bit of a mistake there. Into the pits he goes. Where's he going to rejoin? Where's he going to rejoin? Was that about DBK? I think. 11th. Yeah, he's going to come out just behind this battle here of DBK and Max. Not even further behind, more near Kentrum. Well, Joshua got past Solar, missed that with the battling gun on there, looking at the pit stops. Joshua up into the podium then. Matty's not too far behind here as well. He's starting to get himself involved. But it's AI, so it's not Matty. And he's not asked for an invite back here. Anyway. Hi mate, how are you? All good, thank you. Just enjoying this tier 2 race. I have invited Matty back. But yet to join. Currently sitting in P5. There you go, Matty has joined. Hopefully he gets back in his seat. Quick time to Solar, looking to get back past Joshua here. Job done with the DRS. Those mediums look gone though. I think these guys are just holding off to the rain. There's yet to appear. IRS W44 going along as well. We've got Remy behind him. Naismith back out on track, P12. As the Mercedes makes a massive mistake there. Naismith should be able to get him pretty easy here. Just wait for the DRS. Get him down the straight and on to the next target. Runs a bit deep though. Here we go. Hopefully there's no collision coming through here. Straightforward, easy move for Naismith, P11. Loco 6. I've just realised that he is catching up to Shazam, who's had enough of those tyres and into the pits. Along with his teammate, Solar and Joshua. Matty staying out. Now it's a Red Bull 1-2. Even though they're yet to stop. We've switched up from a McLaren 1-2 to a Red Bull 1-2. As Solar's been held up there actually. Because of that pit stop from his teammate. He's lost a position to Joshua by quite a bit here. There might have been wing damage possibly to remove. Maybe. But the only reason I can see why it took long was because of his teammate. As IRS LB44 is now up to P4. Still has that 10 seconds to serve though. Just calmly going about his business here. Had a bit of a messy start with IRS LB44, but since then he's kept his head and he's just moved forward. Here's a pit stop behind the leaders here, but driving well. Andy Mack into the pits. Who was that? Looked really close then, whoever that was. DBK. Might have been him. Might have been a McLaren there actually. Or Solo. Looked really close to some of them. As Andy rejoins back in P14. Not too far ahead of Nud. Something for Nud to try and battle on for. Where's this rain then? Halfway through the race now. Yeah, Solo's now 5.8 seconds behind. Sure. Dave's looking pretty good here. He's managed to gain some time back with an undercut. As Remy loses a position to Joshua, who's on the fresher tyres. We'll see how quick that Shazam can catch up with the two Red Bulls. RX v Max. 3-second time penalty. Just have a look. There's not many, to be fair. This is a track that I don't know. I wouldn't say it's hard to get a time penalty. There's a few places where you can run wide and accidentally get one, but I think it's pretty decent so far. Like this corner here, run board Shazam. If you run wide and just move that front right over to the left hand side of that line, you're going to get a time penalty straight away. Joshua onto the back of IRS LB44 should be a straightforward move here in the next DRS zone. No reason for IRS LB44 to fight this one on much older tyres, which just compromise his race. If he does any sort of fighting here, Joshua eases his way past in the kick. I think IRS LB44 should be able to pick up the DRS now and gain a little bit of time over Remy possibly. Not quite, he's into the bits. That's him done. Maybe that rain in the race changed, because sometimes it does that in qualifying. It says rain predicted right for the end of the race, and then it changes. IRS LB44 with that 10-second time penalty. If there's no safety cars though, that will be removed at the end of the session. If there was any incident report that deemed it wasn't his fault, Remy's into the pits as well. So to be fair, IRS LB44 was battling with Remy. He was like 3 seconds ahead of Remy. He had 10 seconds, and he's still come out not too far behind him, along with Kentrim as well on the fresher tyre. So I think IRS LB44's got something to look forward to here. He's got 4 cars ahead of him where he can easily get past by the end of this race if he just keeps his head, keeps his calm, uses the tyre as well and the battery to a sensible choice. He's going to be doing pretty well by the end of this race. Back up to the top though. Shazam has got past Matty. I've just missed that, and he's done that pretty quick, and he's already gapped him by 2.7 seconds. So Matty's starting to struggle here. Soda picks up a 3-second time penalty. Although he's not really in a position to lose that at the moment. He's 9.3 seconds ahead of Dave, so he's all good in that respect. But if there comes a safety car late on in this race, that 3 seconds is going to cost Soda quite a bit. As Remy trying to get the job done on Max. IRS LB44 now tucked up behind Kentrim as well. Shazam taking 2 seconds a lap out of Luco CX at the moment, so he'll be on him in the next 4 laps. IRS LB44 with the better grip. What an exit that was. ERS, DRS, slipstream, fresh tyres, job done. Next one for him is RX v Max. And then can he chase down Remy, who's on the same tyres, on the same strategy as him? Yellow flag, and we got someone in the wall. Who is it? It's an Alpine. I think it's Vasor. It is Mazur in the same corner where he crashed out in qualifying. He's had another moment. Fortunately, there's no safety car. Luco CX, another 2 seconds lost. 7.6 seconds now the gap. Matty's into the pits. 17 laps on those hard tyres. Gonna lose a position to Joshua. Gonna come out behind Solar in P5. I think actually he might. Dave's pretty close there, along with Naismith. Dave's into the pits though. And Naismith moves up back into P6. Ready to chase down the Red Bull of Matty, which will be pretty hard to do considering he's on brand new medium tyres. I do think we'll see better races from Matty. Oh, Naismith spun, and that's going to be real wing damage maybe. And that might be him out of the race. Let's see in this corner here how he takes it. I don't think you can even tell if you've got real wing damage to him now from the car. Nah, it looks alright to be fair. The car's not swinging out into the braking, so it looks alright. Just trying to look for the gaps at the moment. IRS LB44 has already got past Max actually, so he's up to P10 now, chasing down Lumina. Remy's already got past Lumina as well. There's a lot of action going on every lap to be fair. Everywhere I look there's been an overtake that I've just missed because I'm looking at something else. Lumina into the wall there. Allows IRS LB44 to catch up. Good exit from IRS LB44. Probably wants to save it. The ERS for the main straight. Should have just backed up behind Lumina there with the DRS. Saved the battery even more. Get down this straight here, get past him, and then just apply the battery through sector 1. Good exit again from IRS LB44, just more comfortable on the fresh tyres as Lumina made a bit of a mistake there. But yellow flag, that's Naismith again into the wall. Same corner, 2 laps in a row. IRS LB44 manages to get past now into P8. Let's not forget. Oh, Naismith's into the wall. Hopefully that's not saved. Oh, it's a virtual, I think. It's a virtual. But not the race Naismith would have wanted. Unfortunately out of this race on lap 20. Into the pits. Luco CX and Shazam. What does Joshua do? Does he stay out and try to get first position here? He's got a delta though, so he might not be able to get past. He's staying out, he's going to go for it. But he's got that delta, he's not going to be able to get through. He might get Shazam. He might be able to slot up into P2 here. Into turn 1 we go, there's Shazam coming out of the pits. Here comes Joshua. Up into P2. Luco ZX is now the race leader on a fresh set of medium tyres. Shazam's got the hard tyres, but his tyres will be much better in 10 laps time, so we could still see a 3-way battle here for the lead of this race come lap 31. Here goes Shazam, straight up the inside, no messing about, and he's going to be getting after Luco ZX as quick as he can. His tyres will be a bit cold at the moment, but just watching about 5 laps, Shazam's going to be all over the back of Luco ZX, I can already see it. IRS LB44's past Remy, up into P7. He's going to get another position from DBK as well. He's just going to be boxing very soon. Yellow flag. There's been contact with Max, Kentrum and Dave, I believe there. Good little battle here actually. Lumina's just pitted. He's just come out ahead of Andy Mack, who's been a quite solo race for him. Hasn't really been around much drivers until now. Can he get himself back into this race here? P13, he's in the points. But remember, the point system here in IRS is a bit different. It's first down to 15th, first getting 30 points, second 26, then 24, 22, 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, and I think is it 3-2-1 or is 2-1? But yeah, point for pole position and a point for fastest lap if you finish the race. So a bit different. All contact. Picked the wrong button there. TBK and Remy. Two French drivers going out of there. There's quite a few French drivers in this division, to be fair. TBK then was, I think, 11th position when he come into the pits. Where's he going to reach? I think it'd be just ahead of Lumina. No, it's going to be P10 because Max is into the pits as well. Right, we're looking at the gap at the top, 3.4 seconds. Shazam's absolutely dropped Josser, but it's a great race for him, to be fair. He's on my list of potential driver of the days at the moment, as Luco 6 sets the new fastest lap for 1:32.0, up 3 positions from Joshua. There's a couple, to be fair, that are on a really good shout. Top 3 are definitely, but there's someone here, the Ferrari of IRS LB44 and Remy are up 6 positions and been battling with each other all race long, making up positions. So yeah, that's my shouts at the moment for driver for the day. Still got quite a bit to go in this race. Shazam starting to gain on Luco CX as the Mercedes of Max just getting out of the way there. That's how you do it. Don't get involved in the race leaders battle and just move out of the way. How's Solar getting on? Is he catching up with Joshua at all? Matty doing anything? The gaps are quite spread out now between everyone. We've only got Remy and IRS LB44 and TBK and Lumina who are pretty close to each other on track at the moment. Everyone else very spread out. .2 seconds still the gap. Oh, I think Shazam's made a bit of a mistake somewhere there. He's lost out 4 attempts in a couple of corners there. Maybe it's just tyre wear at the moment. As we've got a move going on now. What's happened there? Kentrim's into the pits, that's why. We only lost 2 drivers in this race. And one of them was a virtual safety car. The other was a retirement in the pits. Kentrim's into the pits onto Inters. Huh? What's happened there? Has he done that by mistake? Because there's no rain whatsoever coming from the sky. And Lucas Ziyech's pushing away at the moment. Shazam not able to catch up. Lucas Ziyech's pushing on. Someone's had a moment, and that is Nud in the Aston Martin. Into the points is Nud. Got a bit of wing damage as well. Joshua and Solar comfortably still third and fourth, but there is that Red Bull driver of Matty starting to close up a little bit. He's got DRS here as well from the racing pool. Remy's caught up with IRS W44. This would be a great battle. 6th and 7th. Battle of the IRS OGs. Yellow flag. What's happened? Mazur has spun round again. Shazam has caught up a little bit there, 2.9 seconds. Those hard tyres starting to work for him more than the mediums are working for Lucas Ziyech, who's being held up a little bit there by the Williams or Putat. Oh, it's Andy Mack down in P11. Got 5 laps to go in this race. Shazam, who's been leading the majority of this race until I'd probably say the second, just after the second part, after the pit stops. Lucas Ziyech took control. He's on the medium tyres, but Shazam on the hards. Shazam didn't get the arrest there off Andy, but he is closing. Just got to do everything he can here. 2.4 seconds. Runs a bit wide. Solar Eater, I think, is actually... Oh, it's starting to rain. That's why Kentrim went on into, but I think that was 2 or 3 laps a bit too early for him. And we'll see what happens now with these two drivers. Who's going to be diving into the pits? Who's going to be staying out? Obviously the track's dry at the moment. Will we see anyone make a rash decision here as the rain comes down with the last 4 or 5 laps to go of this race? Remy's struggling. Shazam's catching up with Lucas Ziyech. Into the pits goes Remy. He's not risking it at all. What do the top two do? Mazur picks up a 3-second time penalty. The track is still dry. But do you risk staying out another lap for it to get wetter? And you're losing a lot of time to your rival. Lucas Ziyech struggling with the rears. Stays out a lap. Shazam also stays out a lap. Oh, nearly loses the car. Great save. Shazam, absolute great save there. What does Joshua do? Is he into the pits? Does he stay out? Stays out. Solar as well. To be fair, Solar Should have probably risked it there. Maybe boxing. Could have done a little undercut possibly to get himself back onto the podium. Because if it does get too wet, don't worry. Just got another 3 second time penalty to make it 6 seconds, so he would have needed a bit more than an undercut there, to be fair. But Shazam now all over the back of Luko Cix, and Soda really should have boxed, because this second part of the track after the second sector is really wet now, and whoever's boxed early on will start to catch up and gain a massive amount of time. Everyone's sliding about, we've got yellow flags everywhere now on the track. Shazam's getting past Luko Cix for the race lead. His hard tyres are working a lot nicer than the mediums of Luko Cix. IRS LB44 has just ruined his hard work that he's been doing the whole race to get a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Luko Cix runs deep. Shazam gets the switchback. These two giving it absolutely everything here. They're going to have to box. They can't stay out on these tyres, surely. There's no grip anywhere. The track's wet. Shazam struggling with the tyres. He's got a box. He's got a box. What's he doing? Luko Cix stays out. Shazam stays out as well. Has Shazam just cost himself the race win by staying out? Or has he just pulled off a master stroke of a strategy there? Joshua tiptoeing through the last couple of corners. He's into the pits. What does Soda do? Does Soda stay out? No, Soda's into the pits. He's not risking it as well. DRS disabled. Shazam should have boxed. He might have just thrown away the race win there. Matty's into the pits. Dave struggling everywhere. Remy's back up to P7. Could be P6 by the end of this lap. And this whole race has just changed completely. What an interesting race it has been, really. It's been, for me as a viewer, it's been really fascinating. There's been battles everywhere. The strategies have been quality, and now the race has just completely changed on its head to wet weather within the last 3-4 laps. Nud picks up a 3-second time penalty. We're on board with IRS LB44, who's been battling with Remy all race long. They're now on the inters. To the outside, IRS LB44 goes, gets the job done, but can he get the exit? Yes, he can. We're going to keep an eye out on top, though, because Shazam is still out on track, 26 seconds ahead of Luko Cix. What is he going to do? Is he going to risk boxing now? Or is he just going to stay out and try to get around 2 laps and win this race with hard tyres on a wet track? We'll keep an eye out on that, because this battle's still going on here with Remy and RSLB44, who are catching up with Dave, who he stayed out. Can't believe Dave stayed out as well. He's risking it all. Why not? First race of the season. It's probably the best place in the whole season to risk it all. TBK picks up a penalty. Here comes Remy. Having a look, Shazam's into the pits. He's lost it. He lost the race lead. 100%. Luko Cix has won it. Shazam has boxed too late in this race, and it's just cost himself a victory as Luko Cix takes the race lead. Shazam boxed 1 lap too late. After that, he should have just stayed out, just gone for it. Here, he was 25 seconds ahead, but yellow flag, someone's run wide. Joshua's being under pressure now from... Oh, Luko Cix has picked up a 3-second time penalty, but Shazam is 5.2 seconds back, and he's going to have to do everything he can here to try and catch up within 1 lap, 2 seconds. It's not over. I thought it was over, but it's not. Anything can happen in league racing. Soda's catching up with Joshua, but he's got a 6-second time penalty. Matty's catching up with Soda as well, so that could be a 3-way battle for the podium here. Remy's still being pressured. Remy's still pressurising RSLB44, I should say. Still right behind him as they catch up with Dave. They're trying to get into the top 6. What a result that would be for them. 4.5 seconds of gap out front. Luko Cix is struggling massively compared to Shazam, who's got 1 lap, and it's got to be the best lap of his life. Why is he not applying his ERS? He's got to apply everything here. just to try and win this race. Solo looks much better in the wet than he does the dry here, and he's starting to catch up with Joshua. A lot more comfortable than the kick, but unfortunately for him, he has got a 6-second time penalty. Down the back, nothing's really happening. DBK's got into the top 10. Lumina, P10. Kentrum's in between the two Mercedes, and he's still in the points, while Jaeger will be knocked out of the points, obviously, because it's AI, so Nud and Mazur will gain a position into the points as well. But 3.7 seconds, we start the last lap of this race. The first race of the season is about to finish, and we still don't know who's going to win it. 3/4 of a lap to go. 3.7 seconds. Can Shazam snatch it off Luco CX? Right at the last. Sola's caught up with Joshua. Now 0.3 seconds. No DRS though. Can he somehow get past Joshua and make a last lap move? Put it into overtake of the week. Overtake of the month, sorry. It doesn't get you an extra point, but gets you some bragging rights. 3.2 seconds now, the gap. What a battle this has been though. Absolutely great battling throughout this whole race for tier 2. 2.9 seconds, he's inside the 3 seconds. Runs a bit wide though. Don't bottle it now. Pressure's on Shazam. 1 sector to go. Luco CX trying to drain his battery as much as he can. Sector 3, lap 31 of 31. First race of the season. Luco CX leading away by just over 3 seconds. Now under 3 seconds. Shazam looks like he's going to take this one if he can get the final couple of corners right here. 2.8 seconds. Luco CX crosses the line, runs wide, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Shazam is going to take victory here for the first round of the season with an absolutely thrilling race between every one of the drivers here today. IRS is truly back. What a great race that is. Shazam, victory on his return back to IRS. Just under 3 tenths ahead of Luco CX. Joshua did lose a position on track to Soda there, but has got himself on the podium on his debut in the kick. Matty has managed to jump ahead of Soda as well, up into P4. P5 for the McLaren driver. Great result for McLaren there. We've got someone in the wall. Who's that? I think that's Mazur again, is it? Yeah, it is Mazur again. And we've still got this battle going on for 6th position here. Because I feel like IRS LB44 will be getting 10 seconds removed. So this battle is still for 6th position here. Don't mind the penalty on the side of the Ferrari. It could be removed. Who's going to be getting 6th position? One of these drivers deserves driver of the day, to be fair, as well. IRS LB44 and Remy coming up to the line. It's going to be 6th for IRS LB44, 7th for Remy. That will switch round after the steward's decision. Could switch back. DBK, to be fair, has got himself back into P8 here after a good recovery drive. Bit of a messy one for him, but still a great recovery. P7 ahead of IRS LB44 because of the 10 second. But like I said, could still change. Dave up into P9. Not a race he probably would have wanted. Lumina, top 10 finish. And the rest of the guys have already finished. But yeah, what a race that was. Really exciting opening round of the season for tier 2 there. I think a tricky race as well. I didn't think we saw everyone's true pace on a track that's full of walls. I think we'll see some drivers a lot closer to the top in a few rounds time, but the man on the top step of the podium is Shazam. There is the confirmation. Fastest lap come from Luco CX. Driver of the day goes to Remy and most overtakes. That's why I'm saying he's in a shout for a driver of the day after returning to IRS for a long period of time being absent. But there's the confirmation. Tier 2, round 1, Singapore, done and dusted. Shazam victorious ahead of Luco CX and Joshua in P3 on his debut. Wow, could take a break. Solar, GG's in the chat. Yeah, GG's from Solar. Top 5 on his debut. Great points to help the team that he was racing for. And obviously I'm a tier 1 McLaren, so thank you very much for getting the great points there. Pretty sure you'll be happy with that one. Driver of the day, I'm going to give it to Remy. I think he deserves it. Although the top 5 had a great battle throughout the race and probably do deserve it a little bit as well. I think just Remy's not raced in about a year and a half in IRS, and he's just come up about 10 positions, 13 positions to get P6, and he deserves driver of the day in my opinion. Yeah, well, I can go chill out now because that race was full of it. I hope you all enjoy it when you watch it back. Definitely a lot of overtaking, definitely a lot of battling, a lot of interesting moments in that race. Good to be back here in IRS last season before we get onto the 26 DLC. So yeah, we'll make sure you're all back here for the next race next Sunday, which will be Abu Dhabi, picked by a star defender for round 2. It's going to be an interesting race. I think we'll see a lot more pace from a lot more drivers. We'll be a lot more comfortable in the open track of Yas Marina. Anyway, I'm done for the day. I hope you all enjoy watching the stream back. Thank you for the drivers attending. Thank you for everyone who watches. And yeah, just good to be back. Catch you next week. See you later.